Greetings. Greetings from Mystic Moods. Ah, let us have a breather for a second before we get involved in more chaos. A chaotic next 6 months is coming, as we all know. And my little gato agrees. We're going to have but anyway, she always talks. Today we're going to take a trip to political land. We're going to go to DC in our cloaked mode of psychic transportation. Let's find out who the president of the USA, the winner of the 2024 presidential election that excludes thousands or hundreds of other people, but it concentrates only on two, Trump and Biden. So we're going to find out who the winner shall be. And we all know that Biden means Kamala is president. So it's actually Harris versus Trump in actuality in the real world. However, we will continue to use Joe Biden. Poor man, it's so painful at this point to watch him with his walk cycle, his freezing. I mean, all sorts of like wonderments go through your mind. I mean, the way he walks. I mean, he's totally not the same person he was. And I think that it's very cruel to parade him around. I mean, when you have to be led off the stage, when you freeze and you don't know how to put your hands, you can't relax, and your mouth is gaping. It's time to sit in a chair and watch the spoils. The spoils, you understand? It's time to watch stay in the forest, stay in your patio, stay in your gazebo. I mean, it's time to rest. But anyway, the Democrats, they don't care how tired, fatigued, or mentally impaired you are. They will do what they have to do. And there are other people in the Democratic Party who would suffice as a front runner. I mean, I'm sure of all the other hundreds of other people that are running for president, they would love to have some visuals on them, some camera work, etc. However, we're talking about Joe Biden as the Democratic nominee, which is, Harris, because, Joe Biden is quite aged. And there's no way he can barely finish this year, let alone 4 more years. And that is a reality that we all have to accept. And please be considerate enough to elderly people to say, you did your part, Joe. Now rest. However, that's not the case. So let's deal with it on as it is. Appearances only. Let's go for status quo. Joe Biden. We'll have to do a split one on this one. We're going to take 3 random cards and see who will be the champion of the 2024 election. Not that it's going to make any difference in our policies, except Trump has been coming out with a few giveaways. No more money for Ukraine. The tips from, you may keep your tips, they're not taxable. Of course, it's hard to get a wage, let alone tips. And everybody's feeling economic pain, and it is getting worse. It has no improvement in sight because you have a whole bunch of people who, like an owl would say, who don't pay attention to reality. Reality of the situations the American people, as in other countries, Germany, France, etc., are suffering. And we're going to have more suffering because we're in World War III, and nobody wants to really talk peace because They paid for all those weapons and they want to use them like they're toys. But we know they're not toys. So, anyway, getting ahead of ourselves, let's do this. Who is going to be the winner? Let's predict. All right, put on your psychic helmets, everyone. Everyone. And my subscribers, thank you very much for joining me on this journey, this mind journey. And to the ones who haven't subscribed yet, well, please join in. More energy is always appreciated. And if you have any comments on this, don't hesitate. Just lay it on me. Just throw it to me. If you think, whatever you think is important, it's important. And donations. I don't have any candles. And also, if you want a personal reading, contact me. We'll work it out, 1-to-1. The description is in the description box. Not the description box is below. So let's start our dive into, is everybody psychically grounded or aired out? Elon Musk wants to have a chip in everybody's head, he said, because you won't need your telephone anymore, and you'll be able to get this one besides the telephone. Can you imagine that ringing in your head 24/7? Get this. You'll be able to talk to each other without talking, without moving your lips, as if we can't do this already, but somehow we need steel and plastic and metal fibers in our brains, implants to make us communicate. Hey, babe. Somebody's communicating silently. Shut up, jerk. Is that the level of conversation we might have? Might. Anyway, that's USA. Let's talk about the elections. Let's talk about the world. Now, we've been shuffling, and let's see. First we should do would be Joe Biden. Let's do the cards. Let's pull some cards on Joe Biden, which is Kamala Harris in reality, because there's no way Joe, if you're walking around, and you are walking around like a robot. Okay, Joe, give me one more Joe. 3 cards for Joe Biden. Joe Biden, are you going to be president? Joe Biden, okay. Joe Biden. All right. Let's just take these 3 and see what advantages or what obstacles Joe Biden will have to win his edge. Now let's look for Donald Trump. Donald Trump, who likes to eat McDonald's. So he says, so he does. All right. Now, where are you? More shuffling. Donald Trump, you're 6'4", imposing, robust-looking gent who has promised no more money for Ukraine. He's promising a lot of things. But it's interesting to say that nobody has said no draft for the men and women that's coming up. Nobody has said that. That's too controversial. They want to have boots on the ground. They want to shed blood. It's a ritual. Remember that. It's a ritual for the rich. And because otherwise we'd have peace, which would spare our blood and others' blood. However, let's focus. Donald J. Trump as the winner of winner. Okay, that's enough shuffling. This one speaks. There's never enough shuffling. It's never enough. Which ones? I'm going to pick this one. Let's shuffle a little more. And the final three cards. And this, well, the first row is Joe Biden. And the second row is Donald Trump. Donald Trump, let's see. Donald Trump. All right. Now we have three cards for Biden and three cards, random cards for Trump. Now let's see who's going to be the winner. Let's look at the edge. The edge. All right. Now Joe Biden's first one is the moon. The moon. Uncertainty. Receptive uncertainty. Speculation. Okay. Next one we have is the Ten of Pentacles. That looks good. That looks like a win-win, doesn't it? Could be an uncertain win, though. And this one is, looks like he's going to, look at that. The shoe-in, the happy home, the castle, the prize. Joe Biden so far, we'd have to investigate this. Now, Donald Trump, we have temperance. All right. That means slow and easy, slow and easy. The Fool. The Fool. What role to play? How to act? Flexibility. And we have egotism. We have the ego card. Well, right now, this first look at it looks like Joe Biden's going to get in. However, we do have the moon. And the major cards in Donald's is the temperance, slow and easy, not too fast, Donald. And in Biden's thing, we have the moon. Don't be so sure you're getting the prize. However, we're going to have to take a dive into this because we have messages. Seems like the Dems got it, but that moon is a little unsettling, doesn't it? Seem unsettling. Why is the moon there? So, first of all, before we go to the moon, let's look at this Ten of Pentacles, which can mean like he has a lot of corporate sponsors. Excuse me. That I find hard to believe with the economy the way it is, but let's just see. All right, we have one. Let's get a nature on this. On this Ten of Pentacles. All right. So, let's see. We have the Knight of Swords. The message of wordplay. And we have the Emperor. That's a very strong wind. That's a very, very strong Ten of Pentacles. That's hard to beat. We have Major Arcana and we have the Knight of Swords. That's a very hard, that's a winner. That's a winner. So it looks like Kamala Harris could very well be our next president. First woman in. First woman. Because, you can't see Joe. Let's see this moon now. That's a very, very strong Ten of Pentacles. Very strong. Very strong. All right. All right, let's look at this moon. How is it? King of Cups. King of Cups. And burden. Mm, the burden card. Well, that's pretty large. The Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords. That's not even a struggle. There's a great possibility of defeat with the sentiment of the masses. The King of Cups would be emotional state of mind. So there's a lot of discontent. And that is the uncertainty factor. Seems like one side is like, whoa, 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 and the other side is no, no, no. Now let's take a look. Let's go for a moment. Let's leave Joe Biden's. Is he still iffy? Even though it says he's still iffy. Because there's a lot of public sentiment that is not pleased. And when people are hungry, people are needy, they want a change. I mean, look at these grocery prices. Prices of everything, housing, grocery, transportation, gas. Transportation is gas. And the whole agenda, the whole entire agenda. Anyway, let me do this. Okay, now we're going to look at the Fool. Let's look at this with Donald Trump. The Fool. The flexibility, the character play, the cosplay. Millionaire gets down with the working class, getting them all riled up. Of course, Donald Trump is Donald Trump. All right. So, now this Fool, let's take a look at it. We have working together, partnership. With whom? The people, rich and the poor. And the sneak card. That's a strange combination. We have the Fool with the sneak and the Two of Pentacles. The sneak card, the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. This is a strange combination. Let's see. Some wheeling and dealing going around, which is showing his adaptability. It's wheeling and dealing going around in Donald Trump's land. Of course, how would he get all those massive sums of money together so quickly? Somebody's buying and somebody's selling. Corporate. All right. Let's look at the egotism, let's look at the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles for a Donald Trump win. I don't know, I might have to go to another deck too. This is, maybe not. We'll see. This is a reading as of today, or about 4 months or so. Let's see, July. Yeah, it's 4 months or so. 4 months and a couple weeks away from the deal. The election. All right, now let's do this one. Let's do this one. Let's get some kind of reading about. All right, now the Four of Pentacles is never a good sign. I mean, it's somebody my way or all my way, egotistical person, self-grandiolizing, grandioso, seeing this is all for me, getting a huge profit. Me. Then we have a struggle. We have nobody could say that he hasn't had a share of strife. We have the Ten of Wands. It's interesting. They both have, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles. In his strife, he has gained. That's obvious. So that's why we do have the ego card. I've been there, I've done that. He can truly say, I've been there and I've done that with all his court cases and his wide experience. So his egotistical card, it's led him to a new frame of who's who's worthy, who's worthy, who's worthy, who's worthy of. And that's the, I'm not going to end that sentence because we don't know what the of is yet. All right, let's look at this happy home. Is it a good happy home? Is it a secure happy home? You know, the Four of Wands in Joe Biden's camp. Joe Biden's camp. Let's look at that. Let's see, because it looks like it's still a strong polarity between his. It looks like he has victory, but he also has strong sentiment against his policies. Well, no, we are not better off. All right. All right, two cards. All right, now we under the Four of Wands, Joe Biden's camp. We have the work card. All right, working, and we have partnership. Working together, we will achieve a happy home. All right, working together. So, but a lot of people aren't buying that. And under Trump's scene, we have temperance. Let's check out temperance. 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 We have temperance. Now, let's see. Temperance. Alright, now. Let's see, which one? Let's shuffle some more. Alright, we have this one. Let's get this one. Here we have. So this egotism, this Four of Pentacles, aspected by the Ten of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. Whereas all his hardship is giving him a new platform. And then here, that's for Donald Trump. And for Joe Biden, we have the Moon and we have the Ten of Swords, which is almost like obliteration. And we have the King of Cups. The opposition to Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, is very strong, and it's not going to get any better, and it's not getting any better. However, we have Joe Biden, firmly entrenched with the meet and greet and the visible people that we see with lots of money and stuff, and thinking they could sway the masses again. So, I mean, we see he's well positioned. And we see also with Joe Biden, the happy home, stability. We work a lot, we work together, and we can achieve security. That's Joe Biden's message. All right? Public is script writing, of course. That's what the copy, the talk is. However, this strong, this is a very, the Moon All right, let's look at now Trump. Now Trump, Donald Trump. We have the King of Wands, and we also have Temperance. Okay, so his temperance is because he can go to extreme. Well, he's big. He's big. He has gotten that money from every angle and every inch of the planet, and he has made wheels and deals. Of course, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Donald will get money. He will get money, but at what expense? However, that's not. So he is his temperance is very well aspected with the world, the Wheel of Fortune, mind you, and the King of Wands. Fiery, he can get the people stimulated. He can get the economy stimulated. Now, however, he has the Fool involved in this, and we have the sneak cards, meaning all the deals are not to be said, and he's working together with deals. So he's playing sides. He's playing a lot too. Donald Trump, to many people, is a lot of things, including his very wealthy associates, which he gets millions and millions and millions of dollars from. So there's a bit of sneak to it. There's a bit of this gaming. Of course, he can't be like 81, 79. He's been wheeling and dealing from Squirtlehood. So, he does know the art of the deal. I believe he had a TV show about that. I didn't watch it, The Apprentice, but anyway. So, he knows how to play a card, play people. So, I see that it's still neck and neck. And I feel I can't see. Let's just try one more. Let's do one more on top of their weak points to understand. I think the Four of Wands with Joe Biden, with the work card, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. Even though remember, the element of the Four of Wands is fire, and the work together is, the wealth of the land, more or less, and the water, the sharing. So, but we do know that the sharing can bring down the house if it's not backed up by solid work. So, that could crumble. That could crumble. In fact, let's see. Let me take the switchy deck. Let's look at these are cards of light. The Tarot of Light. Let's look at this. Let's just do one on top of each one of these. And then we'll just conclude and see. It's still such a toss-up. Donald Trump in his temperance is extremely over the top. It's not really temperance. The temperance is just, it's heavy-handed. And the Fool has a few games to play. The Fool. He could be depending on his audience, he could be whatever they perceived him to be. A bit of a chameleon for his purpose. His purpose. He will work together and to get his purpose. And we have his egotism is brought upon by his big ideas that he were hatched during the suffering and the antagonism that he has felt. He has a laundry list that will bring certain results. course, if you're the president of any country, you should have, would have, or are supposed to have an ego. However, how you use that ego is not to take advantage of others. That is a true leadership. How to have an ego, but not grind yourself against others. All right. So let me do this. Let me concentrate first. Let's see. Joe Biden. 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 All right. Let's do Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. 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 Show me. Trump. 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 Donald Trump. Trump. All right. Now let's see. Okay, let's do Joe Biden first. All right, let's. Okay, we have the Four of Wands in this discontent, which means emotional attachments. Don't forget if you have hard times that it's going to get any better. That's it's almost actually that's the same thing with his Four of Wands over here. However, it's aspected over the moon. That uncertainty is whether Joe Biden is fit for office, to whether you can handle Kamala Harris, as well as all the economic and political decisions going around and being made the laughing stock because the poor man is not well. It's sickness. So that is keeping grounded. That suspicion, that insecurity is not going to dissipate. It is finding more. If you feel that way, join that side. And we have the sun, with his Ten of Pentacles. Look at that. All happy, 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 happy. Very overpowering. Very overpowering. Joe Biden has a lot of support. Joe Biden has a lot of support. That's Kamala Harris. She has a lot of support from the top down. And here we have the Crown of Wands. Well, again, it looks like that Joe Biden has a very solid win-win-win. Like he's going to be the winner. It looks. However, that strong aspect of people not wanting to be part of his party scene is a reality. So, let's look upon the egotist. And we have the Four of Vessels. Waiting for things to grow. The Four of Vessels. Waiting. That means that there's a pause. There's a pause. There's a pause. Not wanting to change routine. Not ready. And we have the Four of Swords under the Fool. Well, that's a remembrance of all the things that he's done. And yes, he has a message. And he has fought for these Five of Swords, these Four Swords. The battle is never over. He's still fighting. So, and the next one I would see is the devil, which is doesn't it looks like Joe Biden, but the devil is the devil. A lot of uncanny. We have temperance. We have a lot of things going on here. We have a lot of things. We have the devil. We have temperance. We have the King of Wands, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. Well, it looks like, and the winner would be Joe Biden and the Democrats at this point. However, he has a strong discontent. 1/3 for sure. Most don't like what he's doing. And he is determined to keep his crown, determined to rule. So, Donald Trump has a lot. Donald Trump is not firmly on his feet yet. He has money, that's true. But what kind of deals has he made? What has he sold? In fact, I would say even Joe Biden seems to be the stronger at that time than him, time of the elections. However, there is a resistance. There is a resistance. There is a resistance, and it's a strong resistance. And it's large. Joe Biden seems like he has say like so many times. Joe Biden has the support of the machine. He has the support of certain factors in the machine. He's counting on that. And that's what he has going for him right now. So it looks like Trump has a bit of difficulty. His image, not so much like, he was the trial or anything like that, but his ego, his sense of like picking poor people around him, and all the raunchy stuff. I mean, we know that Joe Biden has raunchy stuff too. It looks like both of these sides are not as desirable as we are being told. I mean, Donald Trump is like, saying certain things, but talk is cheap. Talk is very cheap. And remember, both Democratic and Republican parties are the left side and the right side, right? The left wing and the right wing. They're the same bird. The same bird. Every bird has a left side and a right side. Got it? So if it is immaterial, because it just seems that who wins and what do? We continue the path, obviously, towards destruction, because there's no peace agreement inside. Neither one of these two frontrunners or two most photographed, aired people have any solution to nuclear war, except like, the old cowboy and Indians type thing. Well, we all know that a lot of this stuff is fallacy. A lot of the old movies are just fantasy. And being a cowboy and slaughtering a bunch of Indians is not good for anyone, including those who turn out as victors. It's not good. It's not good. Blood is blood. And you're just acting out for some other force. Remember that you're being pushed. Being pushed. So I would say, well oiled is Joe Biden. I mean, well oiled, not in terms of money per se, but in terms of his troopers, his lieutenants, his sergeants, his people who want to see Kamala Harris because she is the other person on the ticket because Joe is not going to make it 4 more years. We know that. And I mean, you think of Jimmy Carter, he's in hospice care. I mean, when you get old, you get old. We need something different. And you can even see too with the Bobby Kennedy. Uh, a lot of press has been about the Kennedys lately. The Kennedys, the days of Camelot. It's like really like camel toe slop, which is like the whole his affairs is this, is that, her affairs, this, and that. It's to sully, indirectly sully his campaign. So, but basically, we see a lot of antagonism against Joe Biden's machine. And it seems to have like worked for all together to build a stable country. And that's my message. And it's successful. However, we have a lot of people that are not feeling it. A lot of people. And in Donald Trump, we have it's not the right time, and how do you deal with his egotism, which is the basis of his struggles, and he has a lot of ideas, but can he act them out in time to save the planet, save the world from the path? Of course, we should do another reading about will there be an election at all, since we'll probably be, I would say, 5 more months at this rate of chaos in the world. We will announce finally the World War III, given the people and their inclinations to get those arms deals going. And there may not even be an election. Zelensky, his term has already run out, and that's one of our heroes, is getting all our taxpayer dollars. Zelensky, he is a dictator, right? We know all that. And the other leaders are all fearing they're going to lose their power structure, and they live for power so they can spread the word from the demigods they represent. But Donald Trump is not aspected very well. Not that we have the devil. He's getting he's pulling things. As I said, who gave him all that money? Who gave him all that money? And where is it going to go? You don't give somebody money unless you're for something. You don't give money for something. I mean, that kind of money. So let's as well as for Biden too. You don't give that kind of money for nothing in return. All right. So I see right now both candidates are going to have a struggle right now. It seems of course, we all know it's very easy to hack a voting machine. Everybody's getting hacked. Universities, hospitals, stores, they all are getting hacked. Personal details out. Anybody can change the old-fashioned, old Internet Explorer codes everybody uses. Well, not everybody. Corporations, to save a dime, they'll do anything to go in their pockets at your expense. A corporate mind is not a community mind. Remember that. So, but right now it seems as though it's almost in a tie of who would win. But it seems as though the amount of they're both into games. They're both not legitimately honest with the people. Because if we were legitimately honest, of course, Trump is free to say stop people, stop World War III. It's already happening. I mean, he's going to announce it and stop it. But it's like, are we free? Are we free? Is this for America? Who is for American interests? It's not in our interest to go fight and shed our blood. And the fact that, like, saying the draft for like men and women, 18 to 26, you're not talking about that. 18 to 26, you already had a sucky 4 years with COVID in high school or college, and now you're going to be like eating Fukushima seaweed and lab grown experimental meat products. That's not right. And you're going to be killing people. That's not right. And make no hesitation or believe anything as to you will not be, because that is the plan. That is the plan. So, all right, enough for now. Thank you very much, and let's ease off our caps, our psychic caps. And thank you for joining me in this exploration. And it doesn't, as I said, you can see the cards, and Donald Trump is going to have a hard time, a harder time. However, Biden is going to have a lot of opposition among the masses. All right. So, thank you very much. Actually, no, I'm done.